So the people of Newfoundland and Labrador this morning are still very much having to come to terms with Premier Andrew Furey's shock announcement yesterday. He said he's resigning, saying that at a news conference yesterday afternoon attended by family and colleagues.
It is with a heart full of pride and hard-earned confidence in the future of Newfoundland and Labrador that I must now move on.
I must now move on, stepping away after 4.5 years in office to spend more time with his family, and plans to return to his medical career as an orthopedic surgeon. Andrew Furey told reporters he's always said he's not a career politician, and he felt now was the right time to step away. Let's bring in Heather Gillis, who's in St. John's for us again today. As I said, this was a shocker, big surprise to most, maybe not to everyone, but to most. What is the reasoning and what's more information behind why he made this decision?
Yeah, well, Heather, it was shock to everyone in this province. We didn't see it coming, neither did members of Furey's own cabinet, but what's behind it? Well, this province has a fixed election date, so we have to go to the polls in this province by October or November, so a lot of people were thinking that a snap election could come soon, not a resignation. Furey said he couldn't fully commit to the next 4 years, and we have a law in this province that says when a governing premier steps down and someone from the own party steps up, well, we have to have another election within a year. So he didn't want to put people through two back-to-back elections. Here's Alex Marland. He's a political science professor.
Yeah, it's a bombshell. I'm not aware of people knowing this was coming, and it was a real shock to start getting all these texts from all sorts of people saying this is what's happening. It loosely reminds me of what just happened with Chrystia Freeland stepping down, and it's the antithesis of what happened with Justin Trudeau when everybody was expecting him to leave.
Now, Marland says Furey is still relatively popular and thinks that he could have gone on to win a majority in the next provincial election here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Furey also coming off the high of striking an electricity deal with Quebec, writing past historical wrongs about electricity sales from Churchill Falls and getting more equity there as well. So there were no warning signs, Marland says, about Furey's departure, which just adds to the shock. As well, the leader of the NDP in this province, Jim Dinn, says Furey's resignation is a shock to him as well. And he'd like to see a steady hand for whoever is going to lead the Liberals in this province next, because we are all living with the backdrop of possible U.S. tariffs.
I don't know if there's a good time or not, but I know that Canada as a whole is in for a rough ride. We would assume next week, and yeah, it's I don't know if there is a good time right now in any way, shape, or form.
And whoever the next premier becomes, Dinn wants to see them protect Newfoundland and Labrador's interests.
So in making his announcement, Andrew Furey certainly had some strong words about U.S. President Donald Trump, and they are really echoing this morning. Heather, what did he say?
Well, he called Trump a maniac, bonkers, and cracked, which is a good Newfoundland term. Furey says the next 4 years, these threats from Trump are going to be pervasive, and I think some of that did influence his decision to step down. This province exports oil, seafood, minerals, all things that could be slapped with those tariffs if and when they come. Meanwhile, as for Furey's future, he has ruled out a run federally for the federal election whenever that may come, and says he wants to go back to his old job as an orthopedic surgeon.
Heather, thank you very much. Heather Gillis, once again live in St. John's on that big political bombshell yesterday.